So today we're going to take the idea of energy, or the idea, the energy itself, the concept a little bit further, and we're going to be working with emotional freedom technique, EFT or tapping, to release the feeling of anxiety, the symptoms or the feelings that it gives you from the body. EFT can be used for a number of things, including, releasing the actual cause, or the impact of the cause of the issue on or the anxiety on your body. But for today, we're just going to be looking at the symptoms and releasing the feeling of the anxiety. So the symptom being the feeling of anxiety. So releasing that from the body. So the premise of tapping is to release the energy blockage in the body that's related to the challenge that you're having. This time it's going to be the symptoms or the feelings of anxiety related to a particular issue and the way that you feel that anxiety. Where you tap is based on acupressure points, and those acupressure points have a powerful impact upon the way that your body processes, and the way that your brain and your body processes information and responds to stress. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to start now. So take a seat. And before we get started, I'd like you just to assess where you're at in terms of your feelings of anxiety. So rank your level, or rate your level of anxiety from 0 to being none at all to 10 being most intense, to assess where you are. So give it a score now. Good. And so we do that, we assess it by giving it a score at the start, and then we assess it at the end to see how we've improved. And it's a good idea to do that when you're doing it by yourself as well, just to see how you feel and really take notice of how you're feeling, and if you have in fact released all that feeling or not, or if you need to do a little bit more to release the whole lot of the feeling. So we're going to be starting in a minute, where we say a setup phrase, or 3 setup phrases rather, and we tap on the side of the hand. And then we go through 6 rounds using the 8 points on our body, which I'm going to show you now. And the first point is the top of the head up here, and it's more further to the back probably than what you originally think of top of the head. You just move it slightly back maybe, so it's right in the middle at the top. And you tap using, I tap using 3 fingers. If you use 2, then you don't have as much contact point. So using 3, you'll get it. And you can tap between 5 and 9 times. I'm a fast tapper, I guess, so I'll be tapping more. But I'll do that so that if you're slower at it, or it takes you a little bit to get used to it, you can tap a few more times, it won't matter, and we'll catch up and we'll do it together. So I'll go slow for that. The next point after the top of the head is here where the eyebrows end, in the middle. You can tap either side. However, if you're using 3 fingers, you'll probably be getting both of them anyway. So that's the second point, right at the end of the eyebrow. Yep, all there. The next point is on the other side of the eyebrow, and at the side of the eye, on the other side of the occipital bone, so the outside of the occipital bone. And it's probably a little bit more sensitive. When you tap on it, you'll know where that is. Apparently everybody's points are slightly different, so it does, tap in that vicinity, and if you feel that sensitivity, it's most likely the acupoint. The next point is directly underneath the pupil when you're looking forward, and it's on the occipital bone. There. Next point's easy. It's between the nose and the lip. That's it. The next point is under the lip, just above the ridge between the lip and the chin. Good. Now for the next one is the collarbone, and it's easier to find this point by resting your hands on your legs with the palms facing up, and just bring your arms straight up, and that's the collarbone there. So it's the underside of the collarbone, either side. And the next point is under the arm. And it's about a hand's width under the arm, where the bra strap is as well, if you're wearing one, or wear one, just under there. And it does feel slightly tender, I believe, so you might feel that too. And they're the points. So we're going to start now with the starting phrase, the setup phrase, and you just tap the side of the hand, maybe with 4 fingers, you'll get it. Karate chop point, that's also referred to as. And just follow on after me. Even though I feel this anxiety, I truly accept and love myself. If you find that difficult to say, or it's not something you would ever say, you can say, I am open to truly loving and accepting myself. Another phrase, even though I feel this anxiousness, I love and honour myself. Let's get that shadow away from my face. Good. And the other, even though I feel this anxiety, I love, honour and accept myself. Good, so that's the setup phrase done. And now it's time to go through the rounds. On the top here, I'm feeling so anxious right now. I'm feeling this anxiety right now. This anxious feeling. I'm feeling so anxious. This anxiety. Now, if you don't call it anxiety or you call it stress, then change it to something that reflects how you talk or how you think, how you phrase things. This anxiety. This feeling of anxiety. This anxious feeling. Under your arm, you can also use the same hand. They refer to it as chicken wing. Next round. I'm feeling so anxious. I'm feeling this anxiety. Where do you feel the anxiety? So on the next one, where do you feel it? I'm feeling this anxiety so heavy in my chest, for example. Say what you're feeling. This anxiety in my gut. This terrible feeling of anxiety. If it's terrible for you, just change the words around. This anxiety. This anxious feeling. This anxiety. Again, I feel worried. Say how you feel. What other feelings related to this? Feel worried. What are you worried about? I'm worried about and it's making me feel anxious. It's causing me to feel this feeling. Am I worried about the future? Are you worried about the future? Is it something that's happened in the past? Then are you worried about future outcomes? This feeling of anxiety. this worrying feeling, anything that's linked to this feeling and how it feels for you. Good. This anxiety, I feel worried and anxious. That's how you feel. Change it up for yourself. I hate this feeling. Oh, I don't like this feeling. Whatever it is, just be honest with yourself. I don't like this feeling at all. I've had enough of this horrible feeling, or whatever. I don't want to feel like this. This anxious feeling that I have. I'm ready for that feeling to go. I'm ready for it to go away. I'm ready for that anxious feeling to go away. I'm ready to release that anxious feeling. Another round. My focus has been on what I don't want. My focus has been on what I didn't want, what I didn't want to happen. Focusing this way is not helpful for me right now. I'm ready to change my focus. Good. I'm ready to change my focus on what I don't want, what I don't want to happen, what I didn't want. I'm ready to release this. This anxious feeling. I'm ready to change my attention from this anxious feeling and what I don't want. I can change my focus from what I don't want. I can change my focus from this issue. Change my focus and release this focus of the one that I've had on anxiety. Changing that focus from anxiety. Changing my thinking from anxiety. I'm ready to release this feeling too. That feeling of anxiety. That feeling of anxiety, where is it in your body now? Maybe it's a little bit still in your chest. That feeling of anxiety in my chest. I'm ready to release it. Releasing that anxiety. Okay, so give yourself a stretch. That was 6 rounds. Let's take a deep breath. If you found yourself yawning, through that process. That's very normal. And in my experience with other people, it's them releasing things, releasing what they need to release. Okay, good work. Now it's time to tap into how you feel with regard to the intensity of that anxious feeling. So on a scale from 0 to 10, where are you now with that feeling? Good. So it should have gone down. When we use tapping and when we work with tapping, we like to get it down to a 1 or a 0. So you can continue, this is how you work by yourself, you can continue with tapping with the same phrases, the same kind of thing, focusing on the feeling that's still there, that still remains related to that feeling of anxiety. And just, tap and keep tapping into, you can do 6 stage lots if you like again, and every 6 that you do or 5 that you do, you could stop, just see how you feel, see what's changed. Or as you go, you might just see how things are changing, where that feeling moves to, or that it's gone down now and that feeling's gone. You can even tap on the feeling being gone as well and how you feel about that. So this is an activity that you can do anytime that you feel this anxiety. You can use it for a number of other things too, but today we'll just work on this. There is a transcript attached and with a map as well for the points on the face and the body if you forget those. It's to help you to be able to do it yourself. Maybe you want to do it with the recording again, or you just pick up that transcript and go through by yourself. Just making sure that you're in a nice relaxing place where you're going to be able to tap away without getting distracted.